Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. Welcome you all to English language class. Today this is the most important class, and in this class we will learn about the basics and advanced technique of English language and how we will be fluent in English language, and we will adopt the accent and pronunciation of both the native and non-native speakers. And here we will discuss about the different methods of learning English language, how we can pronounce the word like a native, and how we will discuss the different things or different words, how we will pronounce different words, how we will pronounce the vocabulary, and how we will identify the different functions, grammatical function used in a sentence. In this class, most extraordinary work is going to be start. Here is a welcome note for you, advanced English speaking course, and here is a brief introduction about me. Coming to next, and do you speak English? Here is a question arise. Why you want to speak English? This is the very basic question. Why people want to speak English? Why we want to learn English? This is the most important question. Because our all educational system and our all academic work is in English language. We adopted language in our curriculum. That's why we want to learn English. And a good command of our language can unlock plenty of opportunities and experience for you in corporate sectors or in your job sector, or if you are a student, you can communicate to foreigners, or if you are a entrepreneur, you can do business with people who are foreigners. So this is the basic question, why we want to learn English. Now next, there are 7 steps to learn English, the most important steps. Number first one is learn pronouncing alphabets. In this class or in this lecture, in the coming lecture, we will learn about the pronouncing of words, how alphabets or how letters are pronounced, and we will also discuss how these letters, these alphabets came into being. So first step is learn pronouncing alphabets. Second is collecting vocabulary. Vocabulary is the key of speaking English. If you don't have vocabulary, you can't speak English well. And if you have vocabulary and you are unable to use this vocabulary according to the pattern and according to the techniques of native speaker, you can't be able to speak English well. In spite you have vocabulary. Vocabulary is the key of speaking, is the second step, and next step is we will discuss about silent letters, which are silent letters, and we will make phrases, and we will also watch English movies, or we will discuss about the techniques which are used by natives, and practice in front of mirror. This is another step, very important steps. If you are alone in your home and you want to learn English and you want to practice English, the best way is stand in front of a mirror and practice the word which you pronounce or which you want to learn, and the vocabulary which you have, use this vocabulary, and in front of a mirror you can overcome your non-confidence. If you have no confidence, you can clear your confidence by standing in front of a mirror and just talking to himself. This is the most effective way of speaking a language. So next is speaking with partner or speaking with foreigners. This is another step of English language learning. These are the steps. Note these steps, and we will discuss and we will read this language, we will learn this language according to these steps. And simple ways to speak fluent in English. Here are some simple ways to speak fluent in English. try to say everything in English if you want to learn English. So you switch your medium, your digital medium, your conversative way, your method of discussion, your method of talking, and you will convert everything into English. Do not study grammar too much. This is not necessary that we will try to study grammar, or we will much focus on grammar. Do not focus too much on grammar. Grammar is, though grammar is very much necessary, but it is advised to you that do not focus too much on grammar and be a good listener first. This is the main thing. If you are a good listener, then you will definitely be a good speaker. I will quote here an example. For example, if you are a housemaker and you didn't learn the technique of cooking and washing clothes and other household work, you didn't learn these work from any academy. How did you learn these techniques, these work? By seeing others who are doing these kinds of works. Or another example is when you grow up in your home and you didn't need to join an academy for learning Urdu language or any other your mother tongue, because your elder brothers, your elders and your siblings are speaking the language. In this way you will start learning from the very beginning, and then when you grow up with the time and you are able to speak Urdu language well, and when you are in a community who is speaking a foreign language, you will be able to speak language if you are a good listener. So try to be a good listener. You can listen to English movies, you can listen to news channels, you can listen to different conversation in English language. So try to be a good listener. And next is use free learning application and websites. Through these applications and websites you are able to learn English very well. Listen to English songs and radio channels. So I already discussed that. Switch all your material to English language. So if you are fond, or if you are lover of songs, if you are fond of songs, you try to sing these songs, or it is very much beneficial for you if you watch English movies and TV shows along with you listen English songs and radio channels, etc. Read and learn phrases, not words, because in daily use we will use these phrases. These phrases are very much important, and if we want to speak English well, we have to learn the English phrases, or daily use phrases, which are very much essential in the use of English language. So next is allow less time to translate things when you are speaking English. Because we are non-native, and definitely Urdu came into our mind when we are talking to someone, and when he is talking to us, we will memorize the words in our memory, and we will recall the Urdu words, and we try to translate these words into English, and here ambiguity arises and we can't speak English. So don't translate the words into other languages. Either it is your mother tongue, or either it is English, or it is Urdu language, or any of the other language. So talk to yourself. Talking to yourself is the best way to communicate with others. Talk to yourself when you are alone, or when you are in any class, or when you are in a school, when you are in an organization, and you can speak to your partner, you can speak to other people, and do not be afraid of making mistakes. Anyone who didn't make a mistake can't learn anything. If you are afraid of making mistakes, then you cannot be able to learn anything. So do not afraid of making mistakes, because by making mistakes, we can learn lesson, we can learn everything. This is the basic fact about any kind of knowledge. If you want to learn any kind of knowledge, this is the basic way. You will make mistakes. It is not that you will not often make mistakes, because mistakes, from mistakes we can learn everything, we can gain experience, and so on. Next, in this class we will discuss the two main things. First we will discuss basic to advanced spoken course, and then we will discuss basic to advanced grammar course, because we are non-native, and non-native must know about the grammatical function. For example, anyone in the class who know what are modal verbs? Anyone in the class, raise your hand please. What are modal verbs? In speaking, we will use these words on daily basis. Modal verbs are can, could, may, might, shall, well, should, would, ought to, need to, dare to, have to, had better. These are modal verbs, and these are used for describing abilities, capabilities, possibilities, suggestions, questions, request, and former request, informal request, and present time ability, past time ability, capability. And for describing all these things, we will use models. And if we do not know about the model and technique of using model, we will not able to speak English, because basic to advanced grammar course is also very much essential, and we will work on these two aspects of a language. You people have already learned this aspects, SDP, skill development programs, and because you are English language learner, and if you are making mistake, don't be shy. It's because everyone make mistakes, and everyone can reprimand his mistakes. So next is change your writing conversation in your target language. When you are writing anything, any material, so try to write it in English language. Practice with native speaker. This is also very much important. When you are learning English and you have your partner native, for example, he can be from a UK, from USA, or any other European country, try to interact with him and try to speak with him if you want to improve your spoken skill. So next is connect with other foreign language learner. Any person who is also an English learner, he also want to learn English, so you can interact, you can connect yourself with him and reward yourself in your target language. This is the most important point. How you will reward yourself in your target language. So for example, you want to speak English, and there is no one to whom you can talk in English. So the best way is you stand in front of mirror and talk to yourself and reward yourself with different idiomatic expressions and different vocabulary words you use for daily usage, for everyday life word. So these are some key points for learning a foreign language. And best way to learn a foreign language is, some people say that the best formula is LSRW. The first thing is, you should be, or you must be, I can say, you must be a good listener. Listening, first listening, then speaking, and after it reading, and the last one is writing. This is the best formula. This is the best way for learning a foreign language. If you are a non-native, if you are a new learner, you can adopt this formula: listening, speaking, reading, writing. So this is the best way to learn a foreign language. Now here is class 1. In this class we will learn here how to introduce yourself. the basic, when we are interacting with someone and he asks us, who are you? How we will introduce ourselves to anyone, whether he is native, he is non-native, whether he is our friend, he is our neighbors, he is our relatives, he is our friend, or anyone who want to know about us. Here are some points, so write these points on your notebook. This is the most important part, self-introduction. When you are going for a job interview in PSC, in CSS, in competitive examination, this is the most crucial stage. In first 5 minutes, they will make their mind about your selection or about your rejection on the basis of your introduction. If you make your introduction sound well decorated, well presented, and your introduction will discuss, your introduction will pave the way for your selection, or it will make a great impression on the person to which you are going to interview. So the first step is name. How you will introduce yourself? Anyone in the class who know the method that how he will introduce himself? People use different ways. The most common way to introduce yourself is, first of all, you say, I'm Mr. Jawad. So repeat this with me, you all people. Who are you? Am. With your name. With your name. Write it on your notebook. Dash dash dash. I say I am Mr. Jawad. I am Mr. Jawad. This is the first method to introduce yourself. I am. So while writing you will write I am, and while speaking, correct this very first word. This is not I am. This is not I am. While you are speaking, you will definitely speak this word am. How you will speak? Am. Not I am. In writing, you will write it I am. In formal writing, do not write in contraction form, in this form. In formal writing, while you are writing an essay, while you are writing an answer to the question, while you are writing a paragraph, in formal writing, do not write any word in contraction form, write it in full form. But while in speaking, you will speak am. What you will speak? Am. Repeat with me. Am. Am with your name. Okay, I can say am Mr. Jawad. Am Mr. Jawad. Or you can only say am Jawad with your name. The next way is this is Jawad. You can say with your name. This is. And the next, my name, the most formal way. These two are more informal, am and this is. The formal way, introducing yourself with a person to whom you didn't know. What are the two methods of speaking or writing or conversating is formal and informal. What do you mean by formal and informal? Formal way mean you do not know a person who is sitting in front of you, or a person who is an office holder, or a person who is a designated person. You can use the formal way, and the person who is your friend, who is your bishop, who is your sibling, who is your brother, you can use informal way of discussion or talking or speaking with a person who is informal to you, who is your brother, who is your sibling, who is your bishop, who is your friend, anyone. But in a formal way, you can say my name. The most important thing to remember is do not use myself. Today people are saying that myself Mr. Jawad. myself, no myself. Do not use this word while introducing yourself to someone. When you are introducing yourself to someone, do not use this word myself. You can use these three words, am, this is my name. Okay? Is it clear? Any question about this? Yes, you can ask.
Can you tell us the reason behind this myself?
So myself, because I will discuss it because it is a grammar point of view. While introducing someone, we will use the subjective case of a noun or pronoun, but myself, my is an objective case, myself. In this case, we can't use myself. So it is not advisable to use myself, and it is advised to use these three words, am, this is my name. These three words are also used by native speaker as well. So the next point is age. And in chronological order, you have to discuss all these points, you have to remember all these points, and make sure that you will make your introduction to someone in this way, according to the point from 1.1 to point 10 in a chronological order. And don't break the sequence of this list, this checklist. This is a checklist. First, you will tell him your name, then your age. And for age, do not mention year. I am 30-year-old, I am 25-year-old. Do not say this. Just only say I am 30. I'm 30. I'm 25. I'm 20. It's enough. Do not mention year or month with your age. Okay? The next thing is place. Third point is place. You can introduce yourself about your when you are discussing your place, your native town or your living place. You can say, I live in Muzaffarabad. I live in Muzaffarabad. I come from Muzaffarabad. Or second form, you can use it's I came from Muzaffarabad as well. I come from Muzaffarabad. I belong to Muzaffarabad. These three words you can use for your place, for your location, from where you are. And the next point is your education. While introducing yourself about your education, you can say I am reading in 12th grade, 12th standard or class. Which tense you will use? Two tense you can use for your introduction while you are answering about your education. Past indefinite and present perfect. When you will use past indefinite? When you mention your passing year of last exam. For example, you say, I did my FSC in 2022. You cannot say, I have done my FSC in 2022. It's wrong. You only say, when you mention the year or when you mention the date while introducing your education, you can only say, I did my FSC in 2022. Mentioning the year, you can say, I have done my graduation, my intermediate, and you will use the name of institution from which you did your FSC or your graduation or your MSc or your matriculation. And when you use present perfect tense, you should mention the name of your institution, name of your university, name of your college, name of your school. You can say, I have done my FSC from Mirpur board. I have done my FSC from Global Education System. I have done my graduation from HK University. And if you are mentioning the year, So convert your tense into past indefinite, because there is a similarities between three tenses, that is past indefinite, present perfect and past perfect. While when time is used, we will use past indefinite, and when no time period is mentioned, we will use present perfect. So this is the most important point. And the next one is profession. If you are a job related person, if you are a job holder, you can mention your profession, that I am a doctor, I am an engineer, I am a professor, I am a teacher. And if you are not a job holder, you can say I am a student. So next is status. Status doesn't mean that you are married or unmarried. When the word status came, the first thing came in our mind is that whether the person is single or married. Status mean it show a level of confidence. Status mean that you are confident, you are honest, you are fair, you are optimistic, you are pessimistic, and you can mention these words while talking about your status. And hobby. The next point is number 7 is hobby. While mentioning your hobbies, you can say I love gardening, I am fond of gardening, I am fond of playing, I am fond of reading books. If no specific hobby, then you can say I love to join the company of my friends. I love to traveling across the country. If you don't have any specific hobby. And the next is aim. The person without aim is a bird without a wing. If you do not have any aim, you do not have any future. Those who do not have dreams don't have any future. So aim is the necessary thing. You can say about your aim, my aim is to become a doctor, my aim is to become an engineer, my aim is to become a bureaucrat, my aim is to become a pharmacist, my aim is to become a musician, my aim is to become an artist. So you can say, and the family. The number 9 point is about your family. First, you will talk about your father, then about your mother. The most important point, while introducing your mother, if your mother is a housewife, this is a common mistake. Don't say housewife. She is not housewife, she is housemaker. If your mother do not have any job and she is at home, you can introduce your mother as that my mother is housemaker. My mother is house. And then about your siblings, you can tell about your sisters, your brothers, whether they are job holders or they are in education. You can tell about them as well. The next one is, the last point is favorite. This is also very much important. While you are introducing yourself, and in your favorite, you will mention different things. For example, first, color. What are your favorite color? Colors. What is your favorite color? If more than one, you can tell my favorite colors are red, green, blue. And while in an interview session, the psychologist interpret about your psychology from the choice of your color, because according to psychology point of view, this is very much important point. Color, favorite color, okay. And thing, and you also mention what kind of thing you like, or your favorite thing, your favorite place, and your favorite personality. These all are 10 points about self-introduction. When you introduce yourself to any person, You have to remember in your mind these points, and in a sequence, in an order. Don't break the order. First one is name, then age, then place, then education, then profession, then status, then hobby, then aim, then family, and the last one is favorite. Write all these points on your notebook, and now you all people write your introduction on a page and hand it over to me. Write all your introduction about keeping in mind all these points. Please make your introduction. Those who do not have any page, borrow page from someone else and write your introduction. This is your first class, first demo class, and this is very much important class for you, because I do not repeat what I have taught to you. And in the next class we will discuss about the next option, the next things, the next steps, and the other ways of learning language. And about grammar point of view, we will discuss what is syntax, subject verb agreement, time and tense, modal verbs, helping verbs, form of verbs, causative verbs. So what is syntax? This is very much important for speaking, for writing. Syntax means subject verb agreement. Subject verb agreement. If your subject is singular, then your verb will be singular, and if your subject is plural, then your verb is also plural. So syntax is very much essential for speaking and as well as for writing, for correct grammatical writing. We will also discuss, and this is the most important topic, syntax, and the next one is subject and verb, and we will discuss also what is subject. Subject may be a noun, a pronoun, or noun phrase, or noun equivalent. What are noun equivalent? Gerund, participle, infinitive. These are noun equivalent, and how we will use these noun equivalent in our subject. And these all are things that we use in our daily life, but we do not know about these things, that what is subject and what are verbs. And we will also discuss about time and tense. We had already studied about the tense, but we do not study about the time. Time is as much essential as tense. There are 3 times in English and 2 tenses in English. Times present, past and future, and tenses are past and present. Only 2 tenses are there in English, and by combining these time and tense, we will discuss and we will read different 12 tenses, present, past and future, and their kind as well. What are modal verbs, what are helping verbs, how we use helping verb, how we make question, how we make negation, how we will make interrogation, how we will make general question. We will use these helping verbs. And form of verbs, how many form of verbs are there in English? And there are 5 form of the verbs in English, and also there are another verbs, causative verb as well. For example, I am asking to you a question in Urdu. मैं खत लिखता हूँ. What is the English of this sentence? मैं खत लिखता हूँ. मैं खत लिखता हूँ ना. I write a letter. And what is the English of this sentence? मैं खत लिखवाता हूँ. मैं खत लिखवाता हूँ. So here causative verb will be used. There are 2 causative verb in English, make and get. So we can translate this sentence into English as, I make him write a letter. I make him write a letter. मैं उसे खत लिखवाता हूँ. I make him write a letter. मैं खत लिखता हूँ. I write a letter. मैं उसे खत लिखवाता हूँ या मैं खत लिखवाता हूँ. I make a letter right. So we'll discuss this causative verb as well. So this is all about for first class, and in the next class we will discuss about different aspects of language, that's grammar aspect and that is speaking aspects. So this is the first class in which we had learned about the method of introducing someone to someone else, because people knows what you do is what you are. People know you by your profession, people know you by your status, people know you by your description. That's why introduction is very much essential. This is all about for today class. Thank you very much, and we will meet in the next class tomorrow at right at 4 o'clock.